Broc-Man here from bodybuildingfitnessandfigure.com. This is the day after the 2011 Mr. and Miss Natural Philadelphia. I'm here at Greg Long's gym in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. Just want to show you a little bit about Greg Long. Here's a couple of his overall trophies. The 1993 Mr. Universe trophy, that's the one in the middle. And then we have the overall Masters Mr. Universe 1993 overall trophy. In a few moments, I'm going to get an interview with this classic champion from the 70s and 80s. And we'll have that to you shortly. So for now, for the Broc-Man from bodybuildingfitnessandfigure.com and the Muscle Box TV, we'll see you in a few. Adios. Broc-Man here at Greg Long's gym in Feasterville, Pennsylvania for bodybuildingfitnessandfigure.com, Muscle Box TV. I'm the Broc-Man here with John Fitzpatrick.
How you doing?
John, could you tell us what you're preparing for right now?
Yeah, I'm preparing for the Pennsylvania show and the Lehigh show, which is a combo of the two events being held at the same location the same day.
And when is that show?
That is May 14th, this coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday. And what class are you going to be in?
I'm going to do the Open, the 40s Masters, and because I just turned 50, I'm going to hit the 50s Master.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about a couple shots for us?
Of what?
A couple double bicep shots? You think you can hit a couple shots? Maybe a double back? Yeah, there you go.
Hello, man. Very nice.
Oh, beautiful, man. Hold it. Oh, nice. How about a lat spread? Oh, yeah. Nice, John. Nice. Very nice. What about the most muscular? There we go. There we go. Look at that bicep. Getting good with that. Getting good with that. There we go. John Fitzpatrick, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. John Fitzpatrick. Well, you know, John, it's a pleasure.
You're a legend, buddy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I want to wish you luck next week. I feel you're going to come home with that championship next week.
I'm tired of being bridesmaid. It'd be great.
There you go, man.
It'd be rewarding. Greg is my inspiration. If Greg can bring my diet to a head, I think it's going to be a win con.
You look lean enough. Your vascularity. You look like you got a full package.
Well, thank you.
I can't see no reason why you don't come home with that first place.
Well, you know what? As long as I get an excuse, as long as I bring everything that I can bring,
right?
However the chips fall, that's what it is. The show's is the best guy that shows up.
That's
you
right.
Never know who's coming.
You never know who's going to come. That's right. But you know what? For you being a week away, if you can hold that package right now, there's no reason why the judges can't see what I'm looking at right
once
now.
I carb load, that's
oh God, yeah, you're going to tighten
draw
up.
the subcutaneous and put about 4 pounds on it.
Wow, incredible.
Well, thank you, Brock. Thanks. It's neat seeing you, your personality.
How you doing, folks? Broc-Man here for bodybuildingfitnessandfigure.com and Muscle Box TV. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Greg Long, Mr. U.S.A., Mr. Universe, Mr. America, Mr. World, Mr. International. Folks, I just want to tell you that this gentleman here is a bodybuilder that I admired my entire career as a young bodybuilder growing up. And the man is a classic. He's a legend. I'm here at his gym in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. Hey, Greg, it's a pleasure coming here. I missed you last year.
Yeah, and I missed you, and I was really sorry because you did a great job, you and your brother, with that video. And I'll tell you, I got so much response from it. It was really neat to see it, and I went, man, that's too bad it wasn't there.
Well, you know what,
Joe
Greg,
was there, and
when we did it, I said to myself, well, you know what? I said, I don't know if he's going to remember me, but your brother Dennis remembered me, and that was really, I mean, it wanted to bring tears to my eyes, because you know what? I was a kid growing up, and you guys had already been up at that plateau, Mr. Philadelphia, Mr. Pennsylvania. You guys had these titles, your wife, and I admired you. And I was a young kid growing up, and I wanted to just, I mean, that was my dream. It was my goal to be a bodybuilder. And I knew with the permanent injuries that I had to my life, that wasn't going to happen, but I still had the desire and the fight. And I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to try to accomplish what you achieved. And a lot of years went by in my life, and it didn't happen. And then, you know, when I moved and went down to Florida and seen that they had Masters bodybuilding down there, I said, you know what, I can still live some of that dream. And so coming back to Philly and being in the Mr. Philadelphia, I said the first thing I wanted to do was I want to go to Greg Long's gym, man. I know the guy's still training. I know he's still keeping himself in shape. So tell us, let's go back a little bit, back into the 70s. And let's talk about a little bit about some of your accomplishments, like maybe the Mr. Philadelphia or the Mr. Pennsylvania.
yeah, you know, when it's funny that you're asking a question like that, is because we just did an article. It's going to be probably put in Muscle Mag or you know, one of the
Flex or something
Flex.
like that.
It's going in there
Right.
through Universal. So.
Okay.
In 1972, I won the Mr. Philly contest, and as you just said, you know, you can't give up. It's a game that you have to continually drive at, continually try to get better at. And the whole idea is to learn. Each year, you've got to learn something from it, from your hard work, and what you do, you're forced to.
That's right.
And it took a lot of years for me to win that show in 1972. I was in it like 8 times. It wasn't like I just walked up there and won it. Like some of the guys that we know have done that, you know, but
you kept fighting.
I kept fighting, and I wanted it. Just like you just said, you know what? I want it. I want to do it. I'm going to make it happen. And you did make it happen.
That's right.
And you're still doing it, because it is never going to end.
Right.
You're done. I'm done. We are lifters. We're
Right.
trainers. We're going to stay in shape and so on. But when I won that show, me and my brother, it's funny. Me and my brother drove in that home in the car, and we looked at each other, and I had this trophy. It was about, it didn't matter if it was this big or 20 feet tall.
Right. It was
the thing that had Mr. Philly on it first place. Wow.
Yeah. Must have blew your mind.
And every time I looked at it, I just remembered, oh man, all the sacrifice that I did.
There you go, the sacrifice.
All the time that went into this, years. My poor brother, I trained with him, and you know, he stuck to my side, and you know, your friends and the people around you, you know, they become scarce friends, because
you were an idol. You were my
gosh.
idol. I mean, I mean, the size of you, the veins, and I mean, you were like, I mean, there was nobody around in the city of Philadelphia. There was nobody. I mean, there was a lot of gym rats that were, you know, big and all, but they didn't have the full package.
Right, exactly.
They didn't go through the sacrifice, the diet, and you know, I mean, preparing yourself for that show, which took so much out of you, and
perfection. That's what you're after. Perfection. Yeah. We're not gifted. We don't have the gigantic size that people have, but we do. All of us have something that we have.
Well, you had the heart.
And that's what it takes to make the physique.
Right. And you had the dream and the desire that, like you said, hey, I want it. I'm going to do what it takes, and I'm going to accomplish it.
Yes.
And now let's talk a little bit about, say, after the Philly, the Mr. Pennsylvania.
The Pennsylvania, I was, again, in between the Philly. I was always going into Pennsylvania, moving up and trying to stay in that top 5, 6, and you know, it was another 7, 8 years before I won that. It took a long time, and a lot of times that I felt that I should have walked away with it, I didn't. You know, I started to see another world in the game.
Right.
You know, and it was almost like, wow, there's an obstacle other than, you know, what you're learning here, and how much you have to learn, and how timing is, and how important training is, and dieting, and so on. There's the other world out there, a political world. that is almost squeezing you to grind you down to what they want you to look like.
Exactly, but I mean, but did you realize after, say, so many of the Philly shows, and then getting into that higher echelon, like the Mr. World and Mr. International, that diet played a bigger role?
Yes, that's very true. It became an obvious thing that you can train it, because I'm a mad trainer. Some people say I'm grossly overtrained. You know, maybe I don't know. I can't say, but I've won a lot of shows doing it, and I've trained a lot of people the same way. That train with me, train with me. You know what I mean? And they all achieved their goals.
Exactly.
Every one of them has won something.
Sure.
They haven't won the world, because winning the American, the world, the USA, the Mr. International. Let's face it. You can't have a job.
That's right.
And I try to get that across to a lot of people. That's your job.
Right.
Because it's that much work it takes for you to be able to achieve that. It's a
24/7 type of dedication.
And it cannot be just on and off. It's got to be on, and that's it. So we keep it, like I said. As time went on, I started to realize, oh my God, dieting is the thing. It's 75%. I've never lowered that since then.
I say that to all my clients.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. What has been your last show? What was your last show in your career? You
the IFBB North America.
North America.
I went out there to Detroit in 2000.
Okay.
And I won the Masters North America, and that's where I got my card.
Right.
And I got out of it. I got out of training because not out of training, but out of going in shows.
Competition.
And just wanted to just train. I wanted to train and not have that structured pressure on me.
Right.
And it's not pressure like you're thinking like a job, but it is, because you can't go nowhere. You can't.
Right.
And I had things I wanted to do.
Right.
So I figured, let me give a little break here, and I'll move on, and I'll come back, and that's what I'm thinking now. It's 11 years later. I'm still in the game.
You still have a little fire.
I got that fire, and I always go, well, you know what? I might be able to slip in the Masters Olympian and run with the boys.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean?
That's
Really, I'm with them.
And not just that. Who's left?
Right, exactly.
A lot of our great bodybuilders, guys that we grew up with, have passed away.
Yes.
God bless their souls.
Yeah.
And
and some were injured real bad.
That's right.
I mean,
that's
so
right.
It's a survival game.
Yeah.
And we're gladiators. I mean, I can't say that I didn't get out unscathed. I've gotten some injuries.
We all have. That's right.
But you know what? I don't have tubes in me. I still have all my glands. I got everything where I should have, born with, and they're all functioning well.
And you look good.
And
you're
I appreciate
still big.
that.
You're still big.
I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love training, and when I have an opportunity like this to talk to somebody that loves it as much, it's just exciting.
How long have you had the gym?
35 years.
35 years. I mean, that's totally incredible. I mean, it's got to be one of the longest running gyms, probably in the tri-state area.
There's none like this. You know that, Broc-Man.
Yeah,
It's a dinosaur.
Well, it's like I said when I was here last year. You have stuff here. Maybe some of the younger guys, and I see they have a lot of younger competitors and folks here that they know that, hey, I don't see this type of equipment anywhere else.
Right.
This stuff here, it gives you a different type of. It gives you that high intensity training like a Mike Metzer. There's pieces out there that you can go from one exercise to another and superset that you can't do when somebody's
It's a ballet.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful ballet, and you know what? You're right. I got guys that come in here and they think these machines are new because they've never seen them. And I look at them and go, wow, isn't that amazing? How they just
Where'd you get it
around.
Where'd you get it? Well, I've never seen this line before,
It's amazing, and I love talking about it, and I can get lost in it. That's why I don't mind being here. I could be here day and night.
Yeah.
And if it's someone to talk about lifting and training,
I know, so can I. I can sit out there and just look around.
You know what I mean?
I mean, every time I come in, I'm looking at the trophies. I'm looking at the pictures. I mean, you have like a Hall of Fame.
That's right.
And I started looking at different people. Marty Vanderkar.
Yes.
He got out there. The Vanderkar brothers.
Yes.
You remember them guys? You know. I mean,
Ben and I competed with them. I was right there with them. I mean, they were world champions. You know what I mean? They were the shakers and the makers too. You know what I mean?
And you know what? It was funny because I think last summer, if I'm not wrong here, it could have been last summer or the year before. Marty just got his pro card.
Right, exactly.
His IFBB pro card.
Yes.
And you know what? When
at the Nationals.
Right. And you know what? I had a tear run down my eye because I watched his career. I see him in the magazines, him and his brother. And I said to myself, and he took off for a little while, you know, and then he came back and put that whole thing together and said, hey, you know what? I think I got one more shot.
Yeah.
And at 50 years old, he wins his pro card. You believe that?
Oh, yeah. When I read that, you're right. Exactly. Yeah. I looked at that and I went, he did it. Yeah. He did it.
Yeah.
He's been looking at it, trying it, and he came back, and he actually he won his pro card. I mean, that's sensational. That's as good as winning any IFBB show.
It's a story.
You're there. You're there.
It's a great story.
It is a great story.
For any kid that has a dream,
yes.
You know, I mean, I still have a dream. I mean, I keep saying to myself, maybe when I'm 60, I can go. Now, of course, you know, being an IFBB pro at 60, it's not like you're going to tour with the younger guys.
Right, yeah.
But it's an achievement for myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just to say that I never gave up on the dream. You know what I'm saying?
And what else is there? I mean, really, that is everything. That's your energy. That's where you put your whole life into. And when you see it come up in front of you and you're actually standing there on stage, it's like, I don't care where I place right now. I'm here that I place that I just dreamt about.
Yeah.
And there you are. And you did it because of your hard-earned work and your constantly being so dedicated to everything, which makes your life, better. It just makes things work better for you because you choose things better. You become more with what atmosphere you want to be in, because you know it's going to get in the way. So you choose an atmosphere, you choose people, and you generally 99% of the time you're right about choosing the right people.
Well, you know, over the years, I have seen so many of my friends that have come to you for advice, for training. You made them champions. Everybody that I know that ever came to you and said, "Hey, Greg, I want to be a bodybuilder. I want to compete." And you took them under your wings, and they walked out of here champions.
And there's no more gratification than having that happen. That's worth, you know, I mean, people go, how much are you going to charge me? You know what? I can't charge them anything because I got that.
It's the love of the game.
That's a gift from somebody else.
Yeah.
And I want to give it back. People say, oh, how much do you charge? I don't charge nothing. Just empty your cup and let me fill it.
Right.
If you have the guts to do this game, that's enough. That's my payment. And then go out and win, because that's my payment. And then mention where it happened. I'll be proud as punch.
You know, Greg, it's been a pleasure coming to the gym. Could you tell the folks back at bodybuildingfitnessandfigure.com your hours and where you're located at here in Feasterville, Pennsylvania?
Sure. It's at Greg Long's gym. It's 85 East Street Road, Feasterville, PA. And our hours are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 o'clock till 10. And Wednesday we're open from 12 noon to 10. And on Saturday we're open from 10 to 4. So, you know, and we have Greg Long's, I'm on the Universal. You can contact me if you want, universalusa.com. Go on that website. You'll see a lot of neat, interesting things. I have all my programs. Every time I train, I put it on the website, so you can see what I'm doing right up to this date. And you know, we're always training to get more lean mass, stronger, better, in the shortest amount of time. So I'm always working at that. You know, I mean, and my job is to constantly try to improve on that.
Right.
So it's a good, informative place to look at, and I think that that will get a lot of your attention, on people's attention, on what we're doing.
What you're all about.
Gym. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Greg? It's always a pleasure.
Broc-Man,
when I come back to Philly, you know, one of these days I'm going to come back and I'm going to get together with you and we're going to run our own show.
Well, that sounds good to me.
We're going to make it one of the best shows that the city has ever seen.
I like that idea. And what I want to do is when you come up and I say that on the phone, we got to get together and train.
And we'll get a
we'll
video together.
Up, you know what I mean?
Couple old guys.
That's
couple
right.
Old timers.
Put it down. Right, exactly. Well, so pretty sure that we're doing real good.
Well, you know, for bodybuildingfitnessandfigure.com, for the Broc-Man, Muscle Box TV, and for the legendary Mr. Greg Long, Mr. America, Mr. Universe, IFBB Pro, and Mr. Philadelphia. You know what? We're out of here. Take care, my friends.
Yeah.
Adios.
See ya.